is inclined to be resolved quickly. It does sound like he is cooperating in this
Morning.
so he might just be pleading
YouTube.
out these, right? To avoid
Welcome to the
trial,
Daily Now. My name is Tara.
So,
we're gonna do Fun Mani today. So it's gonna be dip powder mani with some gel and chrome nail art. So hopefully it works out. I did a test swatch. First time it didn't, but I realized what mistake I made, so then I went back and did it again, and it worked. So, yay.
Find out some more information. Now, I do feel like we could still.
I have this guy on TV right now. Isn't the name of his show is reporting live from my sofa. He covers true crime cases. But it's like an update on the Alex Murdaugh case. So of course I'm super interested in this. I'm just waiting for my peel base to dry. We're going to be working on my left hand. I was kind of sad. I didn't really want to pop off my Shark Mani yet, but since we're doing nail art today, I just feel much more comfortable working on my left hand, you know. Alright, let me pull up the live here.
Now let's go ahead on to the next thing. I'm just going to go ahead and hit on some highlights of
Hi, Tara. You okay today? You weren't around this morning.
So it says that Alex now faces questioning in the wrongful death case of Mallory Beach. This was the 19th.
So I was a little concerned that maybe you weren't feeling well or something. I even tried calling you because I had a question, but I figured it out.
Now it does go down here to say that a trial date in the family's wrongful death suit against the Murdaughs is set for August 14th, so that's coming up. Now let's pause for 1 second. Now for those who might not be familiar with this,
yeah, my nails are still wet. So I'm gonna do that mani. If you saw, I sent to the group. One finger is gonna be each color, and then we're gonna put chrome spots on the nails, kind of. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I think Kendra and Patty are doing the mani too. And anybody else who wants to, please join us. Hi, Mallory. You're not feeling good, Tara? I'm sorry. So is it allergies right now? Is that what's bothering you? I'm still wearing this nail glue mani, but the striping tape is coming up on my thumb right there. And it's coming up a little on this finger. I normally would be doing this hand today. But, like I said, we're doing nail art. And I don't trust myself. Oh, remember I was almost out of nail glue gel. And I found this in one of my little... Before I moved to 10-jar rolling carts, I just had like carrying cases, and I ended up buying like 3 of them. But, you know, they're not the best because you have to you open them and then they open up again, and it's not the best for searching for things, I guess. But anyway, this was in there. I don't know if you guys have heard of this brand, GA&EN. I've never heard of it, but it comes with 3 brushes, 2 things of rhinestone glue gel, and some tweezers. So, that's good because I was almost out. Yeah, I'm going to do the chroming. But my question, that's why I wanted to talk to you, because I wasn't sure, like, the exact process, if anything was different, like with dip, and then I was like overthinking it a little bit, thinking that because I was curing and chroming and then putting dots on and curing again, that it was going to cure the chrome, the original chrome. I don't know what I was thinking, but when I'll show you my swatch, I did it with red. I'm not too impressed, and these are the colors I'm going to be using. I'm using as many Crival colors as I can, which is 3, and then my yellow is from Color My World, and my blue is from Luxie, because I want to use all solids. So this is Cherry Parfait, and instead I'm using like these glitter chromes that I have. Let me show you guys. I know the camera's not good at showing like
the story that was played
the
out
effects
to
of
me
things,
and
but
other
this is
people
what the set
they
of
tried
chromes
to take
look
the
like.
ball, not take it,
So
like,
they're
let me do the
glittery.
ball, let me
Can you
get
guys
this,
see that
was
in
that,
there?
left, whatever. I can understand where
I have some other ones too. Like I have a goldish one, which I think I'm gonna use for the yellow. I was originally gonna use this one, but I think I'm gonna use like the gold one.
all used Buster's fake driver's license.
There's a hollow chrome one. So I thought those would look cool, but all right, so I have a couple of thoughts on my swatch. I don't think it looks that great. I think I'm gonna make my circles, my dots, a little bigger and a little less of them. So bigger, but not as many. And you know, this was just a practice. I'll try to make it more centered. So
cigarettes were another
and
cigarettes when I was a teenager around that age.
or
And you could easily buy cigarettes, right? I mean, yeah, you would get.
it would probably look kind of cool if they were in random spots and random shapes too, like blobs.
It's a hard,
you know, with the chrome underneath. I bet that would look pretty cool as well.
Versus fact versus legal stuff.
I don't know. This kind of reminds me of a clown. So I hope. All right. So my whole thing is then, right? So on my thumb is going to be red. My index will be yellow. We're going to skip orange. We have to skip a color. I do love oranges, but yellow's necessary. All these other colors are necessary. So red, yellow, green, blue, purple is going to one on each finger of a solid, right? And then I'm going to use these chromes in the same colors. Anyway, that's the plan. Kendra doesn't have those colored chromes, so I think she's going to use either a hollow chrome or she's going to use a unicorn chrome. Yeah, it did wipe off. The reason it didn't wipe off for me the first time was because now listen, I have always cured for 30 seconds before chroming, and everything is chromed perfectly for me. Well, today I cured for 30 seconds and the chrome wasn't staying on. It was the weirdest thing. So I'm like, all right. So I did it again. Nope, it wouldn't stick. So I'm like, what the hell? That means it's curing for too long. Turns out now all of a sudden my lamp, it needs 10 seconds for a good chrome. I took my lamp to France. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I'm telling you guys, the chrome won't stick now at 30 seconds. So anyway, I even tried 2 different kinds of chrome, like from different companies, to see if it was the chrome, you know what I mean? And not me, because why would it be me? Anyway, so it didn't chrome. So then I put it in, I cured it for less, then I pulled it out, chromed it, so it was cured, like what had already chromed, original, I don't know. It was cured with top coat over it, so that's why it wouldn't wipe off at first. Jeez, I feel like my pillowcase is dry and slow today. Hey, how was everybody's weekend? Did you guys have good Father's Days yesterday? Nick went to work today. He's not contagious anymore. And he turned a corner. I mean, this was definitely the least it affected him. Like the first time he had it was was horrible for him. Like I wanted to call an ambulance, you know. But yeah, every time he's had it, this was his 3rd time. Every time he's had it, it's been less and less like invasive on him. Hey Patty, good morning. Patty, are you doing this Manny?
I believe the evidence of there's no signs of a hit and run. He still had his shoes on. There's no broken car parts. There's no this. There's no that. That being said, as I've said before,
so I got chromes in all the matching colors. I'm going to use Cherry Parfait, Carnival Costume, and Phantom from Crival. I love that purple. This lid's not on right.
before.
And then I have a little sample of a dip called Sundays. It's a nice yellow from
this was another one of the things were very
Color My World.
You know, the brothers are swooping
And then Blew Me Away from Luxie.
We'll do that, and it doesn't sit right, and somebody else needs to look at it. So that being said, I'm gonna put again small screenshots up here, or you can read the article down below, or you can pause.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys heard me. I'm watching this guy right now. Anyways, I was reporting live from my sofa, and he covers true crime.
2023. Stephen Smith family attorney substantial.
Anyway, he's doing an update of Alec Murdaugh and all the cases surrounding him and stuff. You know what I mean? As far as like what's going on with his financial crimes cases, what's going on with Stephen Smith, the Stephen Smith case, the Mallory Beach case. That one's going to trial soon. She's the girl who died in the boat crash that his son was driving the boat, that he got convicted of murdering the son.
Let's move on to the next one.
It's like a soap opera. I'm still fascinated by this one. This one's, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this case.
I really do feel like by Labor Day we should see some sign of movement and know some things publicly. So this is another one where I'm just like, what do we got going here, right? And again, if the evidence points to somebody besides Buster and all,
my head candy,
right?
Nail candy order shipped. You guys, I went back and I counted. I ordered 40 dips exactly, and 4 dip liquids kits. But I got all that for $90.
Regardless, he was not meant to die.
How insane is that?
So even if it's like, oh no, you know what, we caught him.
40 half-ounce jars.
Satellite cameras, and it went down, and it was a hit and run. Okay, well, somebody still needs to be brought to justice, right? That's still a horrible crime and a horrible way to die. Now, even worse, if we find out that this was something.
You are Patty? Okay, good.
Or somebody picked him up, or
I told Kendra, I said, you better be at the live today, Missy. The last time I talked to her, I was playing around with swatches, trying to make sure that this was going to work for us and stuff. And she's like, let me know how it goes. So I did let her know how it goes. I let her know on Instagram, and then when she would respond to my 5 messages, I texted her. She didn't respond to that either. And now she's not here. That girl, I'm telling you.
Now, there have been something that came out about some unrelated people completely to Buster and whatnot that maybe had something to do.
All right, let's see.
Maybe that's what they're talking about.
All right, we're good.
But we're going to wait to see.
I said I was going to use these little dip trays the other day, and I didn't. So let's do it.
Bottom line is,
all right, let's do our pinky first. That's going to be Phantom. Oh, this is such a beautiful purple.
His mother, his friends, his sister.
I'm just going to pour it out.
Stephen in their life. And so I think,
and then we can lay flat into it. I'm using Color My World dip liquids today. Or you can save at Primal Nails with code Tara15.
It's absolutely insane.
Dominic's home today. There's no school.
Generations and years the corruption has gone on. So,
yep.
If you're still watching, drop sofas over here, please, so Roscoe can sit on them and do his little thing. And let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you have anything to add to this, drop it down there. Again, remember,
I missed most of what he was saying. I should go back and play it again so you guys can hear it too. Let's go back and listen to it again. So I'll try not to talk over too much of it. But let's skip the ad part where he talks about Babel. And let's go to Alec Murdaugh. Here we go.
We're just going to go over some.
You guys hear this?
I haven't been following this type thing, like the 30-second breakdown. So let's talk
how
about that.
Beautiful that color is.
One of our recent legal maneuvers in regard to Alex and specifically.
Did a good job applying the dip base. I don't even have any cleanup.
Also, Mallory Beach.
We got the only downside is we got to do one finger.
It just keeps going on, right? Now remember,
it's like a little slower, you know, when you got to do when each finger is just one color.
This is a 6-week long trial, unprecedented for this area. And, he was trying to say that it was, he didn't really know what he was saying, right? But during this, the financial crimes galore came out on the stand. He admitted to them, and this would dig his hole even deeper. Now, a judge did sentence him to life in prison. Now, specifically, what we're going to be talking about first is Gloria Satterfield. Now, this was the Murdaug's longtime housekeeper, and she allegedly tripped over one of their dogs when she was like
I like this. This works pretty good.
And ended up dying from these complications.
They're thin plastic. I mean, they're reusable, I guess, to a point. I don't think they'd last that long.
Now, here is the thing.
But they're easy enough, I guess, just to brush out or rinse out.
He was like, okay, look.
All right, that's all we need for this now.
Gloria's children's sons and was like, look, y'all need to sue me for the house insurance. We're going to say it was the dogs.
Let's see how it brushes out. This was a shimmer too, so.
Allegedly or supposedly, this had been purchased as a home insurance just months before.
I think I need a smaller brush. Actually, it worked really well.
Now,
all right, I'm gonna reuse it now for the blue. Look at that, nice and clean again.
/ literal partner in crime, Corey.
There she is.
Basically, they worked in the scheme together, and so Corey was funneling these checks, $3.5 million.
Pastel-like or like the Beatles? What Beatles?
The Satterfield's estate, right? Like this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not doing pastel. I'm doing more like pride colors, rainbow pride. Without the orange. All right, blew me away from Lexi.
They never got this money. And this would honestly be what would be some of his unraveling. Now, he had so many things going on in his life.
What's going on the ring finger?
That, it was going to happen eventually.
I forgot. This is not a full bottle of base. Let me take it out. Tip it more.
People started looking in behind the scenes and being like, what's going on here? Now, her surviving family members would eventually get an attorney. This attorney would uncover information, and they would end up getting millions of dollars.
All the time with Gloria Satterfield, the housekeeper.
If this had not come to light and all of this stuff happened, right?
I can't even believe he would do that to them. Like, how did he think he wasn't gonna eventually be found out? Now,
recently, Alec was hit with 22 financial fraud charges, right? Now, remember, he's already doing life in prison, okay? Now, some of these included and stemmed from the Gloria's situation with this, where they stole the $3.5 million from her. Okay, so that's like a quick 60-second version of this going on. Now, there's other cases that stem from this, and we'll get more into those updates and talk a little bit about those and like the 30-second version of what's going on with it.
Yeah, we didn't do much yesterday at all. We ended up getting takeout. I got pork fried dumplings from the Chinese place.
I mean, this is what Alex was good for. It leaves you wondering.
And Dominic had Subway, and Nick didn't even want takeout. He made something here.
Possibly get worse. Now, here's one thing too.
Some kind of soup, I think. But I don't blame him. His stomach's,
During his murder trial,
he was up and moving around good. I don't want you to think I was a bad wife, like I didn't make it for him. But I offer to do that stuff for him. He doesn't, but he does it himself. If I don't cook like a meal or whatever, he'll make his own thing.
To try and get out of the murder. You know what I'm saying? Well, by doing that, obviously it opens up another can of worms for him. Now, of course, he was trying to get out of the charges against his wife and son. Well, now
oh my God, guess what, you guys? Patty, I haven't even told you. The only person who knows is Kendra.
But here's the thing. So when it came down to the whole stuff with Corey and all this, Alec was like, no, nobody else.
You don't have to do dip, Kendra. You can do gel, but gel, aren't you going to have a reaction?
Well, that's real cute. That's real dandy. And he's trying to be a little stand-up man after the fact. Now, I'm sure he was trying to get something out of that. Because as we've seen,
I'm not using the Beatles dips though.
Out of the kindness of his heart.
So guess what?
This doesn't help a situation.
We might not have to move after all, you guys.
Pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud in federal court. Now, he does face up to 5 years in prison.
The landlord texted Nick because Nick hasn't sent the rent. Because I told Nick, I'm like, don't give him a penny. He hasn't given us anything in writing, and we need the money to move.
What happens with him?
So I told him. So he texted Nick, and like,
wise
I need the
stuff.
money
So
on
this
the
brings us
first
to
of
one
the
of the
rent,
first things
the
here
first
I
of the
wanna talk
month.
about,
If
and
you
I
guys
didn't
are gonna
post about this while
continue
the
to
trials
stay
were
here, I need the
possibly
money on
were
the
going
first
on.
every
I didn't
month.
have time to make a video on it.
So I told
I
Nick,
have to talk
I'm
about
like,
some other
respond
stuff.
back
We're
to
just gonna
him.
talk about it now. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen, and we can.
But it was
pause the video
Father's
and
Day. The
do
guy
it.
calls him on
This is Michael
Father's Day, you
Porter
know.
Jr. and Donovan Syke and
I
USA
think he
Today
called him and
Network,
left him a
and the
voicemail.
article title
So
is
I told
Alec
Nick I
Murdaugh
encouraged him to
admits
text him or
lying
call him
about
back. I'm
Fox
like, at
calls
least then we'll know for sure and we don't we'll have that weight off of our shoulders. But he didn't want to do it yesterday. I'm watching him and he doesn't do it today either.
Talk a little bit about it. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of these images up here.
So,
article,
I still don't know for sure. Nick's like, well, he said if we want to stay.
So let's go ahead with this first.
So, like, we have like outgrown this place, and if my social security gets approved, then you know maybe we can think about moving to a bigger place. But right now, with the way rents are, they're seriously 50% more than what we're paying right now. And we're just scraping by. We're spending $200-300 a week in food, because food is ridiculous, you know.
That eventually led to her death week later. Now, pause for a second before we go to the next one. I just want to say this about that. Imagine you are the type person that this is going on. This was not, it doesn't matter if it's a stranger or not, right? But even this is like family.
Patty's lucky she's got chickens and a garden.
And maneuver it to get what he wants out of it. Now, again, we don't know what happened with her, okay? Because remember, now he's saying,
oh, yeah, Patty, that's right. Because maybe he meant if you want to continue to stay for the next few months, right, Patty?
But because he lies.
Know what for sure? Oh,
it's like
that we might not have to move. The landlord left Nick a message. Now listen, he's from Portugal, so he speaks really broken English, and it's super hard to communicate with him, whether it's in writing or in person. So just, I'll let you know that. But he said to Nick that he needs, because Nick hasn't paid rent yet. Because I told Nick not to give him anything. We can't afford to pay rent and save up to move. So he left Nick a message saying he needs the rent on the first of the month, and if we want to stay here, he needs to get it on the first of the month. But yeah, Patty, maybe he just meant for the next couple months.
But I don't think that they were in on this scheme or any of that type of stuff. I'm sure he just smooth talked them.
Do you have a gold Chrome, Patty?
Now the next is you see it says who should pay back the stolen insurance money. And just the part here where it's them saying, well, according to
you only spend $130 a week on food. Are you kidding me?
Even though he admits that he's
you must.
money.
Well, we don't have a vehicle. We don't have the option to like shop around for all the best deals or anything. It's kind of like we gotta go to Stop and Shop.
One of the Satterfield followers, Eric Bland,
And then we went to do an order from Walmart, and they didn't have a day for delivery till 3 days later.
Which is, my God, how low can you go? Now, again, essentially with this whole thing, it's like him pointing the finger. But they should have to pay it back.
According to Nick, that's what he spends.
When I talk about Alec and what he's willing to do, and you can't believe anything.
But again, once my disability gets approved, I'll be taking over the food.
Just the beginning.
Buying the
She
food.
falls. Your first thing is, oh my God, let's rip somebody off. Let's make money off this. If she fell.
Once my disability gets approved, I gotta get over my driving shit. I gotta renew my license, and
now you're sitting
we
here
gotta
trying to
get a
say,
car.
Oh, we did this and got this settlement and so you should get the money from them. I'm just like, what world?
I'm super excited. My appointment's this week. I'm starting a new antidepressant probably tomorrow because it won't be at the pharmacy. They had to order it. It won't be there till later today. So I'm like feeling optimistic about that. Even though I got into it with my brother yesterday and spent the majority, a good portion of the day really upset and on the verge of tears and a little bit of crying. But
this is the level of grimy that
sometimes your biological family isn't your family. You know what I
all these
mean?
financial crimes too. Now let's continue on and look at some more like the kind of grimy financial stuff going on, and let's talk about
And
again, I'm gonna put this screenshot
for them to all approve of my family being ignored by my 2 grown children while they all have relationships with them. For my family to be disinvited to 2 major family events. And then I finally, and one was my brother's daughter's, my niece's wedding. We were uninvited to it. And I finally said something to him about it. And he told me that I should look within, or we should look within as to this is the way things are. And I should turn to God. And I told him to fuck off. You're blocked. And I blocked him.
Like this happens, and let's not even talk about the murders. Let's talk about the financial part. So when it comes to light, that this man has like ripped off half of South Carolina, right? Okay, and he.
Well, that's the thing though. Nick has to walk to the store, so he can't buy a whole week's worth of groceries at once. He'll buy a few days worth. He goes multiple times, if not every day, to the store to get what whole week's worth of groceries and carry them home.
Now, again,
he should do it and just take a lift. Probably save him money. But I'll tell him that, and he'll get mad at me and won't listen to me.
It's weird because I guess to me, I'm like, well, didn't Buster get like a lot of the money?
You'll never shop Walmart again, Sandra.
How does this work out when basically a dynasty crumbles? You learn that it was all smoke and mirrors. I mean, ripping
legally, I know we're responsible for continuing to pay, but let him take us to court then. He hasn't given us anything in writing that we even have to move. We have rights too.
Right now, I get if you could finagle to be like, with that, that's $500,000 in his bank account.
We'll become squatters if need be.
Especially in this type of scenario, because let's be honest, like the appeal, I'm like, what's the appeal? You know what I'm saying? Especially, I mean, he'll do life over these financial crimes alone. Now, I'm not also trying to say that it's like, well, we should just go ahead and give up over here. Yeah, because you never know, right?
I'll tell you, our Walmart sucks. We'll order chicken, we'll order ground beef, we'll order this, we'll order that, and it'll be out of stock. We won't get it. Half the stuff, at least a third of the stuff, we don't get. I guess it all depends about substitutions too, but even when you put in substitutions, they send you the giant big thing of chicken. Nick doesn't want that. I wanted split chicken breast. And he said all they had were the big, huge packages. So I didn't get chicken breast.
I feel like
split chicken breast I wanted. I wanted to do roast potatoes and stuff with them, you know.
What a waste of taxpayer money, you know. So if he were to
yeah. It'll be nice when I can take back over the grocery shopping.
But like with the Gloria trial or whatever, I feel like, man, we could really find out some more information. Now, I do feel like we could still get more intel from that, regardless what he pleads out to, because there's this murkiness as to what really happened with her. And now, that being said, let's use this to segue into a couple of other updates and related cases with this. When I say updates, really, I'm just talking about some stuff that has gone on recently.
We haven't done a Walmart order in a while because of that 3-day thing, and then Nick had COVID, you know what I mean? So he went to Stop and Shop last night and spent $90.
It's by Audrey,
but didn't buy any meat.
And it says that Paul Murdaugh was allegedly drunk when he crashed his family's boat into a bridge, killing Mallory Beach in 2019. Now let's go ahead on to the next thing. I'm just going to go ahead and hit on some highlights of these. You can pause to read through if you want, or click the links in the description below. So it says that Alex now.
So this color, I think, is called Oh Christmas. No, it's Carnival costume.
This is a 19-year-old friend of his son, Paul Murdaugh, who died.
This one's also from Carnival.
Driving in 2019.
I kind of made a mess on
Monday ordered the South
application.
Carolina Department of Corrections to make defendant Alex Murdaugh available for a deposition in the case. Does go down here to say that a trial date in the family's
Patty and I have been doing video chats a lot lately. We didn't do one this morning. I was looking for you, Patty, this morning. I was hoping you were going to be up early so we could chat. But if anybody ever wants to video chat with us,
but they also are suing that gas station that sold the alcohol to Paul.
that's
Paul
fun.
used Buster's driver's license to get alcohol.
Although it's hard to get a word in, especially with me. You guys haven't noticed I'm a talker.
Now, if you've watched the docu-series on this and whatnot,
Yeah, I kind of made a mess on applying this one. Look up on my skin above the nail. I'll file that off.
Of the end for the Murdaugh dynasty. Okay, so when you go back and look at things of like taking people out and whatnot.
Yes, I know. He knows I would do that. I just think he didn't want to spend that much for it, Tara. I don't know why he didn't. He didn't give me a real reason except that he didn't want to.
He's still in the scenario where this case has still come back to bite him in the ass, right? As it should.
Like I said,
this young lady should never have lost her
life. I feel like things are starting to look up with me starting a new medication, with my appointment with the Social Security office, then hopefully within a couple months, you know, and then I'll have some income to like help this family out a little bit. And not only that, just by getting it, I'm going to qualify for a lot of other things like rides to all of my appointments. So I don't have to cancel my mammogram again, you know. They'll pick up all my co-pays that our insurance doesn't cover. So there's a lot of benefits too.
Okay, so we're going to put it up now. We're going to read it and talk about it. Even setting aside anyone's intoxication, repeatedly getting back on the boat was plainly dangerous, given the dense fog, lack of flashlights, or other boating lights.
Yeah, it would save money. I know. I try and explain that stuff to him. He gets mad at me. He thinks I'm trying to pick fights.
Obvious dangers. The boaters, including Mallory Beach, chose to put their lives.
Yeah, I think I have to make it his idea or something.
Now, this is one of those things where I'm just like, oh my God. So I go both ways on this.
We live week to week, you know what I mean? So it's like he cuts corners wherever he can to save money.
Drinking and driving and drinking and boating of any sort is never a good idea. And this is why. Now, I'm not trying to blame them for what happened either, right? Because it was a perfect storm. Paul got very schnockered. You know, what are you going to do, right? I mean, that's where you're just like, my God, if we know what we knew now and we could rewind things.
Talking about
the story
the boating case
to me from hearing other people is they tried to take the boat from him, not take it, but like, let me drive, Paul. Let me do this.
Okay.
That get left, whatever.
I like these little dishes. I don't even remember where I got them.
Kitchen place, a gas station, whatever you want to call it.
Amazon, Etsy, something like that. But look at this, I've used the same one, and I used a purple, I used the dark colors, purple, blue, and a green. I just brushed it out and good as new again. Alright, so yellow and then red. I don't have a lot of yellow here. I don't know if this is going to be enough, you guys. That's not enough for me to dip into. I'm going to have to pour over this baby.
We didn't try that often, right? You really didn't have to. There's other ways to obtain.
All right, let's do this. This is Sundays from Color My World Dips. As are the liquids. You can save there with my code Tara15, but the shop is on vacation. I'm sorry, Tara10, not 15.
That being said, it's a hard pill to swallow when you read stuff like this and it's the legal aspect because you have feelings versus facts versus legal stuff. Yes, should they have been getting on the boat and all that? No, right? We get that, right? It was a bad idea, right?
Gotta do a Dipnotic Manny in the next couple days. Dipnotic.
What happened? I'm like, and it's horrible,
And
right?
maybe a nails
Like, I mean,
truly
they tried to do the right
Manny
thing once they
this
were in this
week.
situation. The other kids were trying to do the right thing. They were
Oh,
like,
plus,
drive.
isn't
He
there
wasn't
something?
gonna do
Oh,
it.
Tara
He
and
had to
I.
do it.
Tara.
Right? I mean, he did something. I don't know if you really
When do you want a twin?
He lost it. I mean, he was doing crazy stuff with his bow and was being a total you know what, and he wrecked the boat almost intentionally, as far as I'm concerned. Now, it wasn't intentional, but just with his actions and him being in like this blackout drunk state.
There was
right?
like barely enough to even pour
be able
over
to
on
take
one
control
nail.
of the boat. So again, I just feel bad for her family.
I didn't even
having to
have
do
enough.
stuff like that and be like, oh, okay, so it's her fault. Okay, gotcha.
I personally don't
and
like
again,
these
people
little
should be held
samples. I
accountable for
think
this kind of
there's
stuff. It's like,
too
look,
little
if I
powder in
found
them.
out that my kid died on a boat,
That's probably one of the
because
only
so-and-so
negatives
is
you'll ever
special
hear me say
in
about
this
Colorado
scenario,
World.
who it is, and
Not
how much
enough
they can
powder
do
in these little
because they went to this
samples.
gas station and used somebody
You
else's
can't
technique,
pour
and I
over
don't know
one
why.
nail. That's a
Pissed.
problem.
Okay. I would 100% be like, you know what? I get it. My kid was not making the best decision. 100% own up to that. But
All
guess what?
right, I guess
Nobody
I
else
was
in this
able
situation
to.
was either. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel about it. So it'll be interesting to
All
see
right, I
what
guess
happens.
it's
I do not
passable.
think that will fly over too well, though, in the legal court. Now, again, if you follow me, you know, I ain't no lawyer. I ain't no
Could do it
judge. I ain't none of
anytime.
that fancy stuff. I'm just a guy with a sofa and opinions on true crime. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe this could work in their favor, and it'll be like, look, you know what? Yeah, you're not going to get anything out of this convenience store, but I mean, come on, right?
Well,
Okay,
especially
now,
if I get approved,
case
then I can save up a little
associated with
bit,
this
get a
family.
used
Let's talk
car or
about Stephen Smith for a
something.
minute. Let's very quickly
Doesn't
talk
have to
about
be
who Stephen
anything
Smith is.
great.
Stephen Smith, his
Anything
body
that's
was
better
found
than
in the
what we
middle
have
of
right
Sandy
now.
Run Road. This is in rural Hampton County. This was on
You
July
know.
2015. Now, he had fatal blunt force trauma.
Then
to
I
the
can
head and
take
other
over
severe
shopping
injuries.
again. I
This
used to
was
buy
at
all the
first just very
household
quickly written
stuff
off as a
and
hit
the
and run.
groceries.
But
That was
then when
always my
things were like looked
responsibility,
at,
you
and
know?
again, if you watch the documentary, you'll see where this is a whole big question mark.
Except for the
and how
last
they
couple
really
of
died.
years,
They
it's
think they're
been
being pointed
Nick's.
at the Murdochs
Because even
and Buster's,
before,
so
I was always,
to do
Nick's
with it,
never had a
whether it was,
license. I was
you know,
always the
friends
one
and
with the
friends picking them up
license, so
and
I
throwing
always
us up
did the
along the road and
shopping.
all this kind of
So
stuff.
he would just give me the
Literally
money to go
60-second
shopping,
version
you
of it, in
know?
case, again, you
He's
have a
only
problem
been
with the
doing
case
it
and you're like, who is Stephen Smith?
since
So
I stopped
they went as
driving
far
2
as
years
to
ago.
his body after several months ago or whatever.
After I had 2
Autopsy.
accidents because I
And it
had
was
2
like
separate
very
panic
interesting
attacks
that
while
what I
driving
want to do is talk about a couple of updates with that because there's been some progress in that.
while working
And,
for
you know,
Lyft. They
rightfully
happened
so.
while I was
So
working.
if you ask me, I do not think that this was a hit and run. I believe the evidence of there's no signs of a hit and run. He still
Should
has
have
shoes on.
freaking
There's no
sued them.
broken car parts. There's no this. There's no that.
This is what
That
they look
being
like.
said, as I've said
So
before,
far, we'll
am
throw
I
some red on here now.
investigator? Have I
Cherry
been to hit and run scenes
parfait.
before? Absolutely not. So what do I know? Nothing. Right? It's just my opinion. It's just my feeling.
Beautiful red.
No,
This
these are
reminds
not
me
facts.
of
So whatever the
Cherry
autopsy
Tart
was for,
from
with
CND.
other
They
people
are
looking at it
similar.
besides the people who did it first, because again, the Murdochs have their hands in every little thing. And this was another one of the things where very quickly, you know, the brothers are swooping.
I don't know if
who
you guys
represents
can
them?
see
We'll do
my
this and we'll do
t-shirt
that,
because
and
I'm wearing a
this just
sweatshirt and I'm
doesn't sit right,
hunched over.
and somebody else needs to look at it.
Plus,
So
I don't
that
think you
being
can
said,
see the
I have
full
put
image,
some
but
screenshots up here,
I'll
or
show
you
it
can
to you
read
in a
them
minute.
down below, or you can pause to read the whole thing, and we're going to talk about it. So as you'll see here, this is
It's
by
a few
Michael
years
M. DeWitt
old,
Jr. of Greenville News,
but
published June
it's
12,
still true to this
2023.
day.
Stephen Smith family attorney, substantial progress in homicide investigation of slain teen. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So the attorney Bland is saying that SLED, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, they took over the Smith's cold case. They started investigating, and they are saying that they are now making substantial
So
progress.
I told
Going
Nick
down to the bottom,
and Dominic
according
my
to Shaquille
birthday, the
Davis,
1st,
SLED
is on a
has
Saturday
rules in
this
mind
year.
to have some
So
knowledge and
yay.
responsibility.
I said, let's go to the
And they are
beach
issuing
for the
subpoenas
day.
for warrants. Bland
Our
recently
favorite
told the Denver
beach.
County Guardian.
It's the farthest one the bus goes to.
Evidence, although unconfirmed, that the South Carolina Attorney General's office
And it's beautiful there, and they have an awesome seafood restaurant. It's kind of a fancy one. We ate there last year, and just Dominic and I got food, and it was like 60-something bucks for food and drinks. So here's my shirt. It says, well, it's a picture of Bernie, and then it says, not for sale.
Someone knows something of what happened to this forth.
He's one of the
Right.
only ones you can say that about.
Whether it's
There's
to
a
find
few
out who
newer,
intentionally killed him or it was a hit and run, regardless, he was
younger
not meant to die that way. You know what I'm saying?
politicians
So even if it's a
in
bad
there
one, you know,
who
we call
don't
him
take
miraculously died.
special
So he's
interest
not like
money,
Cameron
but
that went down and yeah, it was a hit and run.
he's one
Okay, well,
who
somebody still needs to be brought to
never
justice, right?
has
That's
in
still a
all his
horrible
years of
crime and a
politics.
horrible way to die. Now, even
That's what
worse,
makes him
if we
so
find out
special,
that
you
this is
guys.
some
What
sort of,
made
like, say,
him
a hate
different
crime
and
or
how
somebody
much
picked
we
him up
blew
or,
that chance.
you know,
Wasn't
whatever,
even our
there's
fault. He was
cause
going to
for
win. The
something. Now,
Democrats
Buster
cheated.
came out and I'd done a video on
I'm
the
guaranteeing
like,
they
I
rigged
vehemently
the polls.
deny
I know
anything
they
to
did
do with
because the exit
this and
polling
whatever.
didn't
Of course he's
match.
gonna say that. Now, I'm not hung up
But
on
they
Buster had something to do with this.
blew it
100%,
all
right?
under the
At
wire.
this
The
point,
news
like, we don't
didn't
know.
cover it or
You know,
anything.
yeah, all the rumor mill and all that type of stuff, it looks bad. But again, Buster, Paul, Alec, all that.
I'm not just making that up.
Of course,
This is
there's
all
tons of
true
rumors,
stuff. You
but
guys
with so
can
much
look
of the
into
stuff
it
that
if
they
you
did,
want.
I mean, it's just grimy, right? So if Buster really did do
And
something
now we
like that,
got
well, it wouldn't
Trump,
surprise us. But
who's
again,
just been
we need
indicted.
hard
Shouldn't even be
evidence.
allowed to
Now,
run
there
again. We're
have
going to
been
get
some that
him
came
and
out about some unrelated
Biden
people
again.
with Buster
Biden,
and whatnot.
senile
Maybe that's something to do with
Biden.
this, and maybe that's what
Guy
they're
never
talking
even
about,
knows
but
where
we're
he
gonna
is
wait
half
to
the
see.
time.
But we're
What
waiting
kind
for
of
these
choice
steps,
is
because like
that?
I said, no matter how you
It
cut
never
into
gets
this,
better.
bottom line is if it
How
was
many
nothing
times have
more
we
than
said that?
one,
You
that's
know,
so
like
terrible.
we got two
Someone
shitty
needs to be held
choices. Let's vote for the
accountable.
lesser of the
His mother,
evil.
his friends, his sister, they've all
Nick
gone
says if
without
they
seeing
run
their
Biden
wife.
again, he hopes Trump
And so
wins.
I think it's an absolute tragedy, as well as I think it's a tragedy.
Because the
Valerie lost her
Democrats
life,
don't
as well as I
listen
think
to
it's
the
a tragedy
people.
that
You know
Cory
what I
lost her
mean?
life.
They
And
want to
so,
act like they're in touch with the
Maggie
people, but
Vaughn,
they're so
you
full
name
of
it,
shit.
look at all the deaths surrounding this family. It's absolutely insane.
Maybe they're better on social issues, but they're just as awful on economic issues.
And it's about time that this brought everything to a crashing end. So that is it.
Oh, well,
If
the
you're
colors
still
look
watching,
great
drop sofas over here, please.
together.
And sit on them and do his little thing. And let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you have
Hold
anything
me,
to
Annie
add,
Patty.
drop it down there. Again, remember this is all just, in my opinion, for entertainment. I urge you to do your own research, come to your own opinions, and talk about it down in the comment section. And in fact, once we
So
meet
what
down
color
in
is
the
he
comment
going to
section,
use,
until then,
Kendra?
at least,
If you're not going to do Skittle. Is that because you don't want to do a Pride, Manny?
Now,
I don't think I've ever seen you do one.
As he would have to counter the prosecution's claims. We spent a lot of time that weekend just talking, just trying to figure things out. We're going to we don't know what's going on.
All right, let's
Trevor tried to cast doubt because
encapsulate
he was violent with Elisa in her home. There was not broken glass.
all that. We still got to encapsulate.
Countertops were blood splattered. And he questioned the legitimacy of that interview he gave to police at the hospital. If you were in that position, you would feel vulnerable. You'd feel taken advantage of. I was captive and possibly coerced.
All right.
Trevor also disputed Elisa's description of being tied up and held against her will.
So glad Nick's feeling better.
How do you get out of the car? Your hands tied behind
Did
your back.
Timmy have a good Father's Day,
In the
Kendra?
prosecution's rebuttal, Jennifer Johnson returned to the video Trevor had recorded.
I spent a lot of time with Mom the last few hours, and the things that she's told you about me being good at manipulation and control
Yeah.
is true.
So what do you think I'm doing for colors,
He's
Kendra?
Trevor Summers in a nutshell.
We were in better shape with Trump, but he left us with the mess, Patty.
Now up to the
He's the
jury.
one who gave all those
Trevor
tax
Summers
breaks
wins.
and
about 5
everything.
hours later, they had
It would have happened if Trump had stayed in office.
Guilty.
It would have been worse. The post office would be private.
by Elisa's side to support her was Jeff Mathewson, whom Elisa had
We were in better shape from Obama. Trump ran it down. Biden hasn't done shit to make it better.
Throughout it all, Jeff stood by Elisa. and they spent
But
it together
all these
getting
things that they
married
keep
in
blaming
2018.
high prices on COVID, that all happened under Trump.
She's safe, and I will protect her with my life and the kids.
Another step toward protecting the family would come about a month after the verdict at sentencing.
You gotta look, what Trump did has repercussions and ramifications, you know what I mean? So, like, what he did stopped having effect once he left office. And Biden, to his discredit, did not go back and reverse a lot of rollbacks that Trump put into place, especially air quality rollbacks and safety rollbacks, like, you know, like that train chemical accident in Ohio.
Profound pain.
That wouldn't have happened if Trump didn't roll back
what happened and just the guilt that I lived with for
the
so long before I
safety
finally
protocols or whatever they were.
But most of my teenage years,
Besides the fact, he's a con man. He's a lifelong scam artist.
Her directly as he prepared to give his sentence.
To Arden, you should not feel guilty.
He caused an or tried
In this
to
case,
cause an insurrection. I don't think he should be allowed to run again.
Sabella's address to
I
Trevor
think he
Summers
deserves to be in an
had quite a
orange
different
jumpsuit
tone.
behind bars,
testimony and evidence
getting
that I
it up the butt.
clearly make you a monster in every stretch of the imagination. Mr. Trevor Summers will
I think he's the
spend
biggest
rest
piece of
of
crap.
his life
Worst president ever, hands down. No questions
The judge
asked.
sentenced 10 to 3 life sentences and then followed by 224 years of prison.
And
I know, and I agree, there's more Biden could do. He reneged on his one promise that he made in his campaign to eliminate student debt, and he didn't even do shit for that. So trust me, I don't like him either. I'm not voting for either of them. In fact, Cornel West announced his candidacy originally under the People's Party, but thank God he changed
Come so far.
parties because the People's Party is on the ballot in 2 states. Anyway, he changed to the Green Party, so I will be voting Green. Cornel West is super smart. He is
I've been with him since I was 19 years old.
besides being a Harvard professor or whatever for however many years, he knows so much on race relations. He's a great friend of Bernie, and I'd vote for him over these two scumbags any day.
This is a happy ending. This is a happy story.
Oh, there we go.
A slick businessman who likes to rip off the people who support him? Are you kidding me? That's a slick businessman creating a fake college, going broke after taking everybody's money for like Trump steaks, Trump Airlines, Trump water, even Trump Hotel. He doesn't even own that. I don't think he does. I'm not 100% positive on that. He's a con man, just like his father was. I guess we'll have to disagree. That's why we can't move south, guys. Sorry. I couldn't put up with that shit. Our house would be getting fucking egged every night. There's a glitter in this. Alright, I got it off. Not that it would have mattered, probably, anyway. Huh?
I need her back.
Her name is Diana Duvet.
This is a photo of 26
Alright, if this is 48 hours, I gotta change
I
it.
don't know what she is,
Police describe her as 5'3", 120 pounds, brown hair.
and I'm looking for her, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's 48 hours. I gotta get out of there. Father murders his 3 sons. Annie Elise. Alright, let's watch this. I love Annie Elise.
Why are women everywhere choosing Abby X, the new tummy tuck alternative?
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
Get a flat, tight tummy fast with Sonobello's new.
He's not a businessman. He's a failed businessman. Do you know how many times he's been sued and lost, and then he comes out of the courthouse and claims that he won? He's a serial pathological liar. Grabs women by the you-know-what whenever he feels like it, feels that he's entitled. He was born with a golden spoon in his mouth and always got whatever he wanted. His own wife hates him. Come on. Lots of people turning against them, too.
Hey everybody, today's case is.
Alright, let's switch from politics.
I am not in my usual
I just gotta wait for these to cure. I'm happy with how the colors look, at least. I do hope the chrome doesn't make it look worse. What if I just chrome the nails as is? The colors. I don't know. I mean, we gotta do it anyway to begin with. I gotta wait for these to finish curing. I have a bunch of nail art plates, but I also have some agate slices, so I'm gonna use this today. Put my gel on.
Because there are still so many details emerging, but again,
Anyway, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. This is the last I'm going to say on it. I'm an independent. I like to think that I would go for. I mean, there were times I supported George Bush. You know what I mean? So I do my research. You know what I mean? I know what's going on. What bills Trump signed into office. I know what rollbacks, how many rollbacks he did. You know what I mean? I know about the oil pipeline he put through Native American soil, even though they
rocked the nation and is very difficult to talk about, but I'm going to jump on here and I'm going to share with you everything.
But anyway, I like to do my own research and come to my own conclusions, but I consider myself an independent.
Possibly even more. And I just want to give a little bit of a warning that this is a case that will most likely not only break your heart.
Go to all the people who signed up for Trump University and got ripped off.
So please be prepared.
You never seen any of those people?
Something that just has more questions than it does answers at this point, which I think is something that is making it challenging for all of us to wrap our minds around. And I think that's also.
See, this is why we couldn't move south, though, you guys. Politics is a big part of our life. It's one of the things Nick and I are passionate about. We weren't into politics when we first got together. But we've grown together and we feel the same about it, you know. And I guess, I don't know if it's growing up where we did, you know, in a liberal state that gave us this viewpoint. But I don't see anything wrong with, I don't see anything different from one person to another, you know, regardless of what they look like. I don't disapprove of lifestyle choices. I think it's a woman's right to choose.
She is believed to be 16 years old.
And I'm tired of the corruptness, you know. I want the corruptness gone.
Their names are believed.
I know I bitch about it. I should do more about it. It's hard without having a vehicle.
Sweet little boys. They were known to be completely
Purple applied. Awesome.
Laura was allegedly a stay-at-home mom, and Chad was the breadwinner for the family. The family all lived in a modest 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in New Richmond, which is a city within Clermont County. New Richmond is a small town with the 2020 population being just under 2,800. It is nestled right along the Ohio River. In the afternoon of June 15th, just a few days ago, Tragedy struck within the community and within the Dorman family. A 911 call came in around 4:15 from a distressed mother screaming that her babies had been shot. The mother who called was Laura, and she was screaming about her 3 young boys. At
Oh
the
my
same time
God.
that she was calling in,
You hearing this?
16-year-old Alexis was running down the street toward the firehouse, screaming her father was killing people. You can see the fire station is basically right across the street. Someone saw and heard Alexis screaming and also called 911. Very quickly, nearly every patrol car in the area was dispatched. In a dispatch feed, a dispatcher could be heard telling the ambulance to turn off sirens, likely as a way to keep the shooter.
What do you guys
unaware
think of
and
instead of
police were
putting
punished.
polka dots?
There was
What if we
also
did
someone letting the
like,
dispatch know that they had
I
they
don't
were
know.
referring to Alexis. When officers got to the home, no one could prepare for the horror that they were about to witness. 3 little boys, shot,
Waves
and their
or
father
some
Chad,
kind of
sitting on the
design
foot with a
or
rifle with
abstract
absolutely
art
no care in the world. Now, I
in
want to
gel
note
top
that a
coat,
news
and
media
then
said
you
that
know
reports of
when you rub it off,
explosion
the
in the front
chrome would
yard
be
and
under
that
it
one was in the home. However, most of the information says that all 3
instead of
boys
just
were
doing
in the front yard.
circles. What do you guys think?
All 3 boys have been shot. Pronounced dead at the scene. The body
I haven't heard that.
has already been released to the public.
Oh
Now,
wait, maybe
I
I
want to warn
did.
you that it is heartbreaking when you hear the boy's mother screaming in the background, and the black square that you will see in the video is censoring the little boys' bodies, who had all been shot execution style.
Father shot his 3 sons in front of the mother. Execution style. It just happened, I think.
Get him right here. You got one for
You
Give some your hands now! Stand up and walk towards us! Stand up now! Walk towards us! Stand up with your hands up!
Did he kill himself or what?
I know, but we can't go any further.
Weather's been pretty lousy for June, I gotta say.
You gotta find cover first. We ain't no good if we ain't safer. So,
Supposed to be like 72 today, but cloudy and rainy.
hey, look. We need to come from this side where we can see it. Don't get cover behind it. We see them. We're going to approach from this side. We got cover. Right here.
This was that nail I did a crappy application on.
Stand up.
So we just want to fix it. Smooth it out.
Stand up. Stand up.
No, Michelle, huh?
Stand up. Stand up.
If we're lucky, we won't have to feed them. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Take them out or take yourself out, dude. See what happens. Oh my God, there's a block right in front of me blocking out a dead baby. Dead little boy.
Get your butt inside. What? Yeah, get your butt inside. We don't farm now. We got 16 now.
63 or 21. Have EMS respond over here.
You're clear, they're being advised.
You can see a leg for a second.
It's horrible.
63, do you want to respond to the Laurel Lynn?
Father shot his 3 kids.
We're right in the front yard.
I don't know how parents can do that. I think he did it to hurt the mother, you know.
What are you doing, man? Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. You got anything on you? No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing.
Alright.
Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab his head. He won't bite you. What's going on, man? Nothing. Can I stand up? Stand on the cup. I'm gonna get you. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't running away. You can do whatever you want.
There we go. That looks good.
Here. You the only one else inside the house? What? You the only one else inside the house? Yeah. Sit down right here. My daughter, she ran her to the fire department. Sit down. It's my stepdaughter. What do you mean, hey? So you get the wallet out of my back pocket. Shut up. Yeah, the road remains solid and fucking use it.
It's worse for you? Why are they worse for you, though? I thought they would be fine. I mean, as long as you're managing your intake, but I would imagine overdosing on Nick salts is probably the same as overdosing on nicotine, you know? Just nicotine salts are like 52 milligrams. Mine's 0.6 or 6 milligrams. You know what I mean? So it's like more than 8.5 times as strong or whatever. But you're vaping at a much lower wattage, like a vape pen used to be old school. You know what I mean? You're vaping at like 8-10 watts or whatever. So
As if that would be the concern with 3 murdered children.
as long as you're not vaping
I can't
too
imagine
much, I think
the
you're fine.
strength that it took Laura
I just
to
vape when I
stay
feel
calm.
like it. I know it seems like I'm always vaping, and it is always on my hand because vaping's different. When you smoke a cigarette, you just puff, put it out, and that nicotine hits you super fast because of all the additives in cigarettes. You know what I mean? It usually lasts you an hour or so. But with vape liquids, it slowly builds up in your bloodstream. You know what I mean? And the way I am, I'll take a few hits, I'll put it down. A little while later, I'll take a few more, you know. So instead of smoking a whole cigarette, where I'd be taking 10 puffs or whatever.
Or you can get 2 gigabytes for $14 a month and ramp up the data as you go.
Oh, there you are, Janet.
No
Hi,
fees.
Janet.
Build the perfect cell phone plan for your kids.
That's what I got so far. I'm filing.
At tello.com.
Do not buy solar panels if you live in one of these 11 states of America. It's the worst decision you could make for your home. Did
These
you
are
know that in
dips
certain
from
states of America,
Crival,
the U.S. government will now buy
Color
panels
My
from you
World,
make them
and
available for no
Luxy
cost
Now.
in case you go solar in the next couple of weeks. It's not a joke. And in these states, 11 of them to be precise,
Hear what had happened at the hands of this horrible human being. Chad, who had been planning this apparently for months, lined his 3 young boys up in the front yard. While it's unclear which of the boys did this, it has been made public knowledge that one of the boys tried to run away to a nearby field. Chad then hunted him down and brought him back to the house. At some point, Laura also tried intervening and grabbed the gun. Chad then shot her in the hand. Chad then shot all 3 of his children execution style.
Oh my God.
Those 3 sweet, innocent babies were unable to protect themselves in any sort of capacity, and Chad made sure that the one other person who could protect them, their mother, was unable to do so. There were actually news reporters who were made aware of the boys' deaths before Laura even was. A reporter named Tanya from WCPO later posted that she had known the boys were deceased when she was talking about the story on the news that night. However, the detectives had asked her team not to release that information until Laura had been made aware of what happened. On Friday, June 16th, Chad appeared at the Clermont County Courthouse on 3 counts of aggravated murder. Chad was brought in with many officers surrounding him.
Killed his
It
3
was clear
sons.
that he is now an extreme safety risk. Not only did he have
Right in his front
multiple
yard,
officers with him,
execution
but he was
style.
also in what is often described as a vest or
In
a
front of
football
his,
suit.
in front of
As
his
most
wife.
of you are aware, the outfit is unable to be shredded, and it is used to protect inmates from harming themselves. Chad's attorney requested a $75,000 bond. However, the prosecution gave more details and then asked for a bond higher than one that had ever been asked for before.
And the facts I have to you at this point are as follows. The trauma that this man has inflicted on his family, the community, law enforcement, first responders, and all of the rest of us who have any idea what's going on here is unspeakable. There's been a full admission in this case, Judge. The case is still new. We're still discovering facts.
Alright, these look pretty good.
But the evil horror of what we know is impossible to process. In an act of just
Think about switching to regular. Regular what? Yeah, I'm doing the Chrome Janet. I am.
In an act of desperation, Sarah children's mother at some point grabbed the gun the father was wielding to protect him.
Buff these
We
out.
one boy who was flee and was killed in the home. And again, with an open admission, father hunted that boy down, drove him back to the property, and executed him in front of witnesses. The mother was shot to the young man in her attempt to protect her children. Judge, I asked the court to set this bond to just begin the match next year. This was a man that every day they woke up looking for protection, love, guidance, all things. The man they trusted.
Okay. Use the ergo file.
He was their world. He was their guardian. He executed them in cold blood. We know that from his admission. By that same admission, Judge, he has committed one of the most monstrous, craven, cowardly acts of ever be our misfortune to see. To make things even more disturbing, Judge, this was no haphazard act. Again, by his own admission, he planned the events of this day. This did not happen on a whim.
He planned it.
He's confessed what I believe is the worst crime, at least I hope, that I'll see in my lifetime. I hope it's the worst fact pattern that ever comes before this court. Judge, it's important
Oh, there we
for the
go.
court to know in the bond whatever
Blew out of here.
for the court to understand Clermont County deputies, Monroe Township Fire and EMS, and other first responders bravely respond to the scene.
Oh.
They don't know what's going on.
My nail's popping off.
They did not know what they're facing, and they come into a scene that no one.
I'm gonna hit. Oh, it's gonna break.
No training of any kind prepares you for this.
Crap.
It's easy to forget that these are men and women with families,
Alright, I got
children, feelings,
the
emotions.
whole thing.
They're not some
I'm gonna redo it. I'll just put some peel base and base down, but first I want to file around the cuticle.
They held these boys in their arms, knowing there was nothing they could do to save them.
Do I think you should switch about? If you're gonna switch to regular Nick Liquid, you need a different device because the one you have is made for salts. Why does it seem like it's too strong for you, Kendra?
All factors this court needs to consider today are set forth in Criminal Rule 46, nature and circumstance of the crime charged, and specifically whether the defendant used or had access to a weapon, including the seriousness of the offense. It's the most serious offense that we have on the books, Judge. This is it. You can't commit a more serious offense. So the nature of the crime charged is the worst crime that can be charged. Did he have access to a weapon? Yes, obviously he did. The weight of the evidence against the defendant at this point, Judge, we stand here with a
No Michelle yet today, huh?
that also goes with the confirmation of the defendant's identity and witnesses on the scene did see at least part of what happened. Next, the court is to consider the likelihood this person will return to court if a bond were issued. Again, this is the most heinous crime with the most severe penalty under the law that we present to the grand jury. That alone would be a major factor in discouraging a person from availing himself to this court or any other. And the thought to flee and the likelihood of flight is great in the state's opinion. The danger he poses to the community is a fact that this court can consider, and I think with the facts in front of you, Judge, we can't name a person that poses a greater threat to the community. As his prior record goes, Judge, it is fairly minimal. He was charged with domestic violence in 2010. He is not, to my knowledge, on probation committee control. Judge, the facts in this case are hopefully like no
Okay,
other
that looks
we've ever seen.
good.
When this case gets indicted in the court of common pleas, I am certain that a no bond hearing will be held. And
Dip all off my skin here. Hopefully it's not falling onto my ring finger. Let me move it out of the way.
I'm going to ask for a bond of $20 million. I hope I never need to request such a bond.
Thank you. Date for preliminary hearing.
Date for the preliminary hearing, Judge, is 6/26.
Why are women in Boston choosing AbEX, the new tummy tuck alternative?
I got the tummy tuck results.
I keep seeing this ad for this AbEX tummy tuck alternative. Oh my god, and I get so many Temu ads, you guys.
For June 26th.
Do you guys get them?
At this point in time, bond's going to be set in the amount of 20 million cash or surety. Anything else at this time, Mr. Yes?
No, Judge.
Mr.
You spilled milk in yours?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you.
Pod mods can be used for both. What if she gets a different coil? You mean?
Chad showed absolutely zero emotion in the front yard after brutally murdering the 3 children that he should have been protecting. But then decided to put on a show for the judge, which I am just disgusted by him. I'm not sure if you guys heard him talking at the end here, but it sounded like he was saying CCO2. I'm not exactly sure what that was in reference to, but there has been speculation that he was asking for the non-population community at the Clermont County Jail, essentially protective custody. And I'm sure they will keep him in protective custody for now, although I really don't think that he should get that after what he did. After court, prosecutor Mark Teckle spoke, essentially describing the case as the worst that he had ever seen.
This is by far.
You should have just bought this device, Kendra. I love it. I love it. The battery life is insane. It lasts longer than a full day.
Felt these feelings as their father, the protector, was murdering. Unfortunately, the mother saw this. You can imagine.
Oh, okay, Patty. Have fun.
The terror that she experienced, and we will do our utmost within my office to see that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Look at that. You know something I don't. Shocker.
4 years now. So saying that it's the worst he's ever seen is a really big, bold statement. He started as an assistant prosecutor in 1989. I can only imagine how much a
I guess I'll go
prosecutor sees
through.
in those
I don't even
34
need to
years. So
reactivate
again,
these
for
because we're
this
going to
to be
use
the
gel
worst
on
thing he's
them. But I
seen,
wanted to wait
it's
for this
just
to finish
absolutely
drying so we
heart-wrenching.
can
Since the court date, more details have
put
come
it
out
on.
regarding Chad. I searched Chad's Facebook and saw that on Monday the 12th, he had changed his profile and his cover photo. From the looks of Facebook, one would think that he is a doting dad. And it really gives me the creeps to think of what transpired just days after that. I also looked at Chad's past criminal history. Chad has a lot of motor vehicle offenses, but more seriously, he was arrested in 2010 after allegedly choking his father, Keith Dorman. The case was later dropped when Keith did not show up for court as the prosecution's witness. On Saturday, June 17th, Keith did an interview in which he explained that the 2010 charge was a misunderstanding and had been dropped. I'm not sure how true that is. However, I can understand if it wasn't a misunderstanding that he was possibly just trying to paint his kid in a better light.
Alright, you know
Although
what? Let's
there is
do it
really no
now
better
while
light
we're
for
waiting.
someone who heinously just took the lives of 3 innocent children, and in such a brutal execution manner.
We'll start with the red.
Keith
That's what
described
I
Chad
did
as a loving
earlier.
dad. He said that he could tell Chad just snapped and that his eyes were now hollow inside. He followed that by
Move some
saying
of this stuff
that
out of the
wasn't
way.
Chad standing at the arraignment. That was not him. Keith also said that he hasn't been allowed to speak to Chad.
So this
despite
is
his
the
wishes
red
to
glitter
and
chrome
requests
I was
without a
showing you
motive.
guys. I'm
He
using
said,
Cosmic
"I don't know
Nails,
if it
top
was
coat.
financial. I don't know if it was mental. I don't know if it was work related.
I don't know that I'm going to do circles though. I wasn't a
talk
big
to him."
fan of how they looked on the
Keith
nail.
also called
It could have
Chad
been the
a
way I
super
did
father,
them.
which let's just talk about the irony with that one, like as if. And
They
he
would
said that
probably
he was
look
not
really
Chad's
cool with a
perfect
heart
son,
in the
and
center.
would
What
do
about a
something like
heart
this, and that overall he was
in
a good
on each
kid.
nail
He
with the
ended up saying
chrome
that he
underneath?
couldn't handle it anymore before
Oh, I
he
kind of like that
called.
idea, you
I can
guys.
imagine that Keith and his wife Gloria are completely shocked at what has come of Chad.
I'm only going to do a
and his
10
actions have
second
been,
cure.
and I can only imagine their heartbreak and grief in this situation. However, I would still never refer to Chad
Fingers
as a
crossed it
superfather.
works.
Superfathers don't hurt their kids in any sort of way, let alone kill them in such a cold, brutal, calculated way. Also, if he was planning this for months, per his own admission, I don't believe that he just snapped out of nowhere. I should also mention that in court, when requesting a $75,000 bond, Chad's attorney
So
said
I
that
can
Keith and Gloria
see.
were willing to co-sign his bond. I understand loving your children
No, it's all right.
unconditionally, but in my
I bet it could
opinion,
use a
that
couple
means
more
holding them accountable
seconds.
and making them deal with the consequences of their actions, especially when they're a full-grown adult in their 30s. It just seems like they are potentially
Ah, it didn't
enablers.
stick over
The
here.
money still has not been officially shared for what transpired at the Dorman home. There is some speculation that there may have been some issues between Laura and Chad and a possible divorce.
That's all right. I just won't put
But I wanna be
anything
really
there.
clear
On that
that
spot,
nothing has
it's like
been
clear.
officially confirmed.
See, that
However,
was
in my
only
opinion,
a 10
to do
second
something
chrome,
so
you
heinous to
guys.
children in front of their mother seems extremely vindictive to me. If they were in fact experiencing relationship issues, I could see it being entirely possible that he did do it to get back at her, or to just make her suffer in this grotesque sort of way. But he didn't just physically hurt her, traumatize her, or make her suffer for life. He also
All right, so
traumatized
then
an
it
innocent
would be
teenage girl who had to witness such horror happen to her siblings. My heart breaks for both Laura and Alexis.
put some
and I
gel
truly hope
down.
that they are able to get some sort of help as they.
Let's close this up
As a pet
too.
owner, we understand that your pets are part of the family, and you do anything to help them. If they
Yeah, I was
mistake
being
one.
sarcastic about the shocker part.
Unfortunately, many pet parents will find themselves caught off guard by an expensive expensive veterinary bill.
It was a joke.
And that's where Pets Best comes in.
All right, I'm
We
gonna
provide
use the
pet insurance
biggest
solutions for
dotting
dogs and
tool
cats
I
that you can
have.
use at any veterinarian in the
Oh
US,
yeah, I was gonna try and do
including
hearts, right?
emergency and specialty clinics. Pets Best offers one of the most flexible products in the industry, with a wide range of coverages, including optional
I should
wellness
use
coverage,
pen.
exam
I
fee
shouldn't
coverage,
use a
and
dotting
more.
tool. I should
Pets
use
Best, along with Care Credit, are Synchrony solutions, and together help to ensure pet parents have simple, affordable payment options so they're always financially
pencil.
prepared. And filing a
I
claim
mean,
is as easy as snapping a photo
yeah, I'm
of your
gonna
vet bill from your
shoot. Can I
smartphone.
wipe that off? Will it be okay?
Convenient access to
It's
see
gonna
your
wipe
claim
off
status,
everything,
manage
huh?
your policy, check your benefits, store your pet's medical records, and more. You'll also have around-the-clock support through our pet helpline and top-notch member service. Pets Best protects as many pets as possible.
The chrome
by
does
helping
not
provide
look
peace
good.
of mind for pet parents.
It doesn't
Invested in
look
giving
good.
your pet a
I'm gonna
lifetime
wipe it
insurance.
off
Get a
and
quote
redo
today.
it. It's not fully chromed. It doesn't
Hey,
look
have
good
you heard of
enough.
Cozy Slides? These are the world's thickest
I'm gonna
massage
spray some
sandals that feel like a
alcohol
beach
and
holiday
clean it
for
with
your
that.
feet. Because sure, regular sandals are great for summer, but walking on these skinny soles feels like walking on asphalt. But walking on Cozy Slides feels like walking on soft beach sand. The average sandals are less than 1 inch thick. They're usually made cheaply.
Should I try for 5 seconds, you guys? Tara?
So excited about Cozy Slides. They have thousands of reviews on Trustpilot with an average rating of 4.5 stars. Why? Number 1, they're 4 times thicker than regular sandals to protect your feet. Number 2, they have a massage texture on the sole for a relaxing feeling while you walk. Number 3, Cozy Slides are 100% waterproof and easy to wash. They're also
I
perfect
haven't
for the
found the
shower or
perfect
beach.
chrome
Number
time.
4, the anti-slip design features a wave-shaped pattern on the outsole to make sure you never slip.
What do you
even
think?
when
How
it's
long
wet.
should I do it
Number
for?
5, Cozy Slides comes in a full rainbow
That's
of
5
colors to match
seconds. You
any
think
outfit.
that's long
They make for
enough?
amazing house shoes or casual wearing outside. You're seeing this video because we want to offer you 60% off your first pair of Cozy Slides with free delivery. Just go to noskinnysandals.com or scan the QR code on the screen with your phone camera now to get a brand new pair of Cozy Slides delivered for free with easy returns too.
So there's
No, it's not.
We made Cozy Slides because we're done with skinny straps digging between our toes and skinny soles that won't protect our feet. We just wanted that summer holiday feeling of walking on beach sand, but in sandal form. Is that too much to ask? That's why we designed our Cozy Slides with a diamond texture footbed that compresses and relaxes your feet
Almost
with a
all
cloud-like
chrome.
feeling on each step. They come in a super soft slide option, an adjustable strap option for extra comfort, a super thick flip-flop option, plus a brand new reflexology Cozy Slide for a deep massage effect. Now you can walk pain-free and get a foot massage at the same time with Cozy
All right,
Slides
this
at
worked pretty
60%
good.
off today only.
That beach
I'm
sand
gonna get
walking
out
experience
some
comes
gel
with a super
liners
soft
because
material that's molded to cup your feet
I
and
want
protect your
to
toes and heels at the same
try
time. It gently cradles and protects from
put
all
a heart.
sides. Plus those
2
buttery
hearts
soft wide
instead.
straps just hug your feet perfectly.
As they navigate through this horrible tragedy. Since the incident occurred, the whole community is still reeling. Some neighbors have done interviews.
18-year-old set free, lived a couple houses down. See this massive police presence up here?
Okay, Tara.
It's unheard of, you know, crazy.
Tell me what it's like around here.
Quiet, you know, people mind their business.
Nothing like that ever happens out here. This is a quiet country and very nice area. So to hear this, it's terrible. Deputies say when they arrived, they found Chad Dorman, the kid's father, sitting on the home steps, his boys laying in the yard. He was taken into custody and questioned by detectives. If it gets to a point where you get that mad, I mean, walk away. Don't in no way harm your spouse or your children. I mean, come on, just walk away. That don't take, and that don't hurt nobody.
I'm just filling in this heart here.
Also did an interview.
Grim day in Claremont County that started around 4:15 when a woman called 911 saying her babies had been shot. Around the same time, Missy Hockey was driving to Kroger and saw a teen girl running for help.
She was running with a little black lab and she was screaming, call 911, call 911. She says, my stepfather is shooting everyone in my household.
Hockey called 911 as police rushed to the scene on Laurel Lindell Road.
I wanted to get her in the car, but she just refused to leave her
All right.
family.
I'm gonna
And
cure
that
it.
just goes
30
testament of
seconds.
how much she loved them.
Despite everyone saying it's a quiet neighborhood and everyone is very nice, one neighbor said the opposite about Chad.
That 32-year-old Chad Dorman is charged with aggravated murder. He's being held without bond at the Claremont County Jail and will be arraigned in just a couple hours here in Claremont County at the municipal court. The sheriff's office says more charges could be added. Now, the boys were found shot at a home near the corner of Laurel Lindale Road and Claremontville.
This is
Laurel
horrible.
Road. We learned that an unknown woman called 911 screaming that her babies have been shot. And just 3 minutes later, a separate caller who had driven by called 911 and said that they had seen an underage girl running down the road saying, quote, her father was killing everyone. Now, when the sheriff's deputies came to the house, that's when they found Dorman sitting outside on a step. They also found the 3 boys unresponsive with gunshot wounds. Now, we know that they did try life-saving measures until Monroe Fire and EMS arrived, but the boys did
You
die
do have
at
to
the
scrub
scene.
hard
Now,
to
the
get it
boys'
off,
mother,
I've
a
noticed.
34-year-old woman, was also outside of the home when officials arrived. We learned that she also had a gunshot wound to the hand and was transported to UC Medical Center. Now, you guys have been hearing from a neighbor who was home at the time of the incident, and he spoke with us, and he told us really what type of person Chad Dorman is and what he heard and saw from the scene.
We heard
Guys, I'm
gunshots.
scrubbing hard. It's not coming off. So
I didn't know what it was. So I went to the store and come back, and I, found out
All
really
right.
what happened.
All right, I think I'm just gonna do them all chrome.
Unfortunately, I did see the kids laying in the yard. I was like,
I'm gonna file this off, and I'm just gonna chrome each new.
unstable person. He was just very weak. He was very every day yelling at his wife, dogging her, downgrading the kids, just very angry. And if they didn't do what he said, and I've seen it firsthand, but I never thought that he would do that.
There is still another neighbor who made public comments alluding to him drinking daily, yelling at his children, and even threatening he got loose.
Okay.
She said she has called the police before. Now, if that's true, it would possibly make sense as to why he did tell the police that he wasn't drunk when they came to his house. But in my opinion, he still seemed too calm to be under the influence of alcohol. Maybe something else, but I don't know. Through the heartbreak, the community is standing strong for Laura and her precious children. Outside her home, there is a memorial set up. Tons of things have been left in remembrance of 3 sweet little boys who lost their lives far too soon. At a nearby baseball field, a
Okay, let's
memorial
try
was set up
again.
on the
There's
field
still a
and
little
players
chrome on
stand in
this, but it
silence
shouldn't
and pray for
matter.
family. The New Richmond Youth Sports Association
I don't know how long
donations
to
for the family.
put this in for.
Laura's sister Rachel also set up a GoFundMe. At the time of this recording, the GoFundMe has raised over $160,000. One of Alexis's friends has also set up a GoFundMe for her friend's family. On Saturday night, Rachel posted a tribute to the boys. In this tribute, it reads,
Okay.
"We want the world to know how amazing these babies were. They are not only this tragedy. They were happy and funny, so very funny, goofy, kind, loving boys. They're beautiful and deserve to be proudly displayed. They fished and played ball. They loved fiercely and with their entire hearts. They played together just as hard. Nothing will ever be right without them, but they need to be seen for the blessings they were, the happy lives they lived, the mom who loves them more than herself. They are perfect babies."
It's weird. Up by my
House, which
cuticle
once
is
a
not
home of
chroming.
4 beautiful, funny, giggling, loving children, is now a stark reminder of how horrible people can be. Throughout all of this, the one photo that got me the most was this photo of a little bike
Okay.
in the front yard, right nearby where those boys
So it
took
looks
their
like
final
that.
breath.
I'm just gonna leave it.
The bike laying
I'm
there
getting a
is
little
just so
frustrated.
significant
Nothing's working the
of
way I
what
want.
should be 3 happy little children playing outside. And now, what will be happy little children playing outside?
Oh, I
Ohio
put
is
that
a
nail
death
back
penalty
on too.
state. I do hope that they seek the death penalty for Chad. However, the only current way that they execute inmates is by lethal
Oh,
injection.
it's
Hopefully
Annie
he gets
Elise. It's a
sentenced
new
to death,
one.
And by the time his day rolls around, they're able to use a firing squad the way he
You
did
don't
with
know,
his children.
Kendra?
I truly think that
My
he
nail
should
popped off. I
suffer
gotta
and
glue
have
it
his
back
last
on.
moments be full
And it's like kind of broken at the bottom. It's like barely hanging on there.
And that's something I've thought about lately, and I would love to get your opinions. I know it's conflicted, but I am not vigilante justice, eye for an eye, but I think that that should be the automatic sentencing of these criminals and murderers. You get whatever you did. You abuse someone, that happens to you. You kill someone, you murder someone with a knife, that's what happens to you. Because if that fear is instilled in your mind, that may be your repercussion and maybe what happens to you, maybe it'll be a deterrent. Maybe you won't do that. I don't know. Maybe that's just wishful thinking on my end, but I feel like that would
down for a
probably
few.
bring the crime rate down quite a bit. Regardless, I'm going to keep you guys all posted as we learn more. It's an absolutely gut-wrenching case. For now, please keep this family in your thoughts. Like I said, there is still a lot of information coming out every single day, and I will definitely come back with you and give you a part 2 with all of the updates. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet,
My finger got
take
stuck
quick
to it.
second here, push that subscribe button so that you don't miss that update.
All right.
Okay, guys, please continue to keep this family in your thoughts.
Oh
and
no, the
prayers,
bottom
and
of it
let's
chipped
pray
off.
for swift, rapid justice.
Oh, it's right here.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and until
I gotta
next
try and get that back
stay
on, you
safe.
guys.
Bye.
Hiya, have you heard of Monopoly Go? It's Monopoly, but it goes like everywhere. Watch. You roll 2 facts, I'll take it. You roll and then you're rolling it in. Easy peasy. Skyscraper here, stadium there, level up the tier.
Grab some tweezers.
Look, I'm going to get a new token. Scotty, my favorite. So cute. And now, here's how you really get rich quick. It's a heist. Everybody stick 'em up. My friends are going to be so mad. Download Monopoly Go now. I promise I will rob you. Probably. It's free and the richest game ever. Listen.
Okay, Mike, it's all you now. Take control of the satellite and divert the asteroid off its path. Mike? Where's Mike? He's getting a haircut. He's getting a haircut now? Technically, it's not just any haircut. It's Supercuts. Supercuts.
Crap. I don't want to have to redo the whole nail.
Super quick, and they even throw in a hot towel refresher.
Uh-oh, I better change it. So it was Annie Elise, this guy murdered his 3 sons. Execution style, 3 young sons. I don't know where it happened. This is not good. My finger here. Hopefully when I chrome it, it won't be noticeable. Yeah, chrome dots cure, them wipe. Yep. Evil Airbnb of Horror in Hawaii. Let's watch that one. That's Annie Elise too. Let's put her on.
Today's case is a crazy one. Very, very wild. Very,
All right.
I don't even know how to describe it, guys. But it takes us to Oahu, Hawaii.
Let's go to the yellow, which I'm going to use.
Murdered a cleaner and then kidnapped her daughter in a slaying and a case that has truly rocked this Hawaiian island. The details are insane. This case is so crazy.
These things are all individually
we're
wrapped.
going
They're kind of a pain to get out.
everything. I'm Annie Elise. This is 10 to Life. Buckle up and let's dive right in.
I'm gonna do a 10-second cure, we'll see.
Thelma Boinville moved from Brazil to Hawaii in the 1990s. She made a life for herself. She got married and had a daughter, Makana.
It's not
Thelma
sticking
and her
the way
family
it
eventually
should.
settled in the North Shore, Oahu. North Shore is the surfing mecca of Hawaii and is overall a pretty laid-back small town for the locals. despite it being a huge tourist destination for surfers. Telma was a beautiful spirit, a loving mom and wife.
Yeah,
and
like
she
right
devoted
down the
her life to
center. It's
helping kids
clear.
as
I'm
a
gonna go
teacher.
over it again.
Living on the North Shore was perfect, as Telma loved surfing, running, yoga,
Try
and
5
martial
seconds.
arts. And who wouldn't love living here? It's literally paradise, and probably doesn't get much better than that as a place to live. In December of 2017, Telma was working as a kindergarten teacher at Sunset Beach Elementary School. Telma also had a part-time job
All right,
cleaning
5
rental
seconds
homes
this time.
like Airbnb and VRBO to make some extra money for an upcoming vacation.
Wonder what's going on with my lamp.
Well, on December 7th, 2017, Telma brought her daughter Makana along with her to a 2-story vacation home that Telma was supposed to clean that day. Later on, guests from Australia were going to arrive for their scheduled check-in. Telma left Makana, who was only 8 years old at the time, in the car to watch a movie while she went inside to clean.
Okay, that worked
Not
out
necessarily
pretty
a
good.
huge risk in a small town like that. It was a tourist town, yes, but it was locals and calm and beautiful. Nobody would ever think that something like what happened would occur. Upon entering the house, completely unbeknownst to
All right,
Telma,
that's
there were
fine.
2 people already inside.
I'm gonna put a
The
second
people
layer on
inside
my
were
red
not
too.
the
See if I
guests
can
from
fix it.
Australia who were expected. Instead, these 2 people were in the middle of burglarizing the home. While Makana was watching the movie in the car, a man with green hair covered in blood grabbed her out of the car and said, "We killed your mom." The man then carried Makana into the house up to the 2nd floor, all while a woman was following the man with this green hair. Once upstairs in a bedroom, they tied 8-year-old Makana's feet and hands to the bed, taped her mouth shut, and put a bag over her head. It's unclear how much time passed after this, but then those guests from Australia arrived at the house.
Okay.
One of the guests walked in, saw a body, and ran right back outside and called the police. When the police arrived, they found Telma downstairs in a gruesome bloodbath and deceased, which we will get into the details here in a little bit, guys. Then officers found Makana, who was upstairs and still alive.
All right,
and
the red
physically unharmed.
and the
Police
yellow
were
look
horrified
good.
after seeing the condition of Telma's body and quickly tried to figure out who committed one of the most heinous crimes that ever occurred on the North Shore. The 2 people who were responsible for Telma's death also had stolen her
So
car.
let's move
And
on
luckily,
to
police were able to
green.
track down the car just a few hours after her body was discovered. The
I'm
people
not doing
responsible for this
dots. I'm just
brutal
doing
and
full
disgusting
chrome
murder
nails,
was actually
Kendra,
a local
FYI.
couple, Haley Danduran, who's 20 years old, and Stephen Brown, who's 23 years old. The couple was arrested at the Walmart. Police said that Telma's credit card was in one of Haley's pockets. They both had dried blood on their hands as well.
The 2 North Shore murder suspects accused in the brutal beating death of 51-year-old Telma
I'm
Boyle
using
just
Cosmix
had their
Hemo-Free
first initial court
2-in-1
appearance,
top
neither
coat.
of them making statements before the judge, still shackled and in their police-issued clothes. That's because we're told the clothes they were wearing when they were arrested Thursday night in Mililani has been taken as evidence because it was covered with dried blood. 23-year-old Stephen Brown is charged with 2nd-degree murder, kidnapping, and burglary. He remains in custody on $1 million bond. 20-year-old Haley Danduran also remains in custody on a $500,000 bond. She's facing
5
the same
seconds.
charges. Earlier this morning, Stephen Brown's family sent a statement to Hawaii News Now
Let's
saying
do the
they're reaching
green.
out to Telma's beautiful family and grieving with them. They described the actions their adopted son is accused of as despicable and heinous.
At the time of their arrest, they already had outstanding warrants, and they were later indicted with 2nd-degree murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 1st-degree burglary. Haley and Stephen didn't go quietly either. According to reports, when they were arrested, Stephen was allegedly very combative and uncooperative and told officers, "Just shoot me, I deserve this." And Haley had something similar to say, asking the officer, "Can you just pull your gun out and shoot me in the head? My life is over after today." Well,
Okay, I think the green looks pretty
like,
good.
what are you even talking about? You didn't have to do any of this. Your life wouldn't have to be over. A news reporter said that an angry mob of other locals watched and shouted
Okay.
obscenities as they were taken into custody.
Looking
And then,
cute. Maybe I'll stamp black hearts or something on top of them.
Every day, we see signs of progress across Massachusetts. Neighbors making the transition to a clean energy.
Sorry,
home.
I know this wasn't what I intended to do today, but you know, plans change.
Home, making it a better place to live. We've got new resources to help you make these
Blue.
changes too. CleanEnergyLivesHere.com has the information you need to make your home more energy efficient and less reliant on fossil fuels. Clean Energy Lives Here. Join us and bring it to your home too.
Then, even more sickening, when they were brought into the Honolulu Police Department, Haley and Stephen were laughing and smirking at the news cameras. So going from scared, I would think remorseful, if you're saying I deserve it, just shoot me, to now smirking and laughing, almost gloating.
This
or
one I'm
proud of
gonna
what
have
they
to
had
be
done.
careful on because this is a nail I glue back on, and look at the free I just messed up. I'm hoping with the chrome it won't be noticeable,
They
but we'll
both
see.
pled, you guessed it, not guilty. Telma's husband Kevin spoke out after the news of his wife's death, saying her extra job put her in the wrong place at the wrong time. They tied up my daughter and they beat my wife to death with a baseball bat. They won't even let me in the house because it's so bad. Now, the baseball bat was recovered at the scene, as well as other horrifying items near Telma's body, which included a hammer, a meat tenderizer, a kitchen knife, a folding knife, and a machete. Court records also stated it's nearly impossible to count the number of
Yeah, it looks like the
injuries
blue's gonna
inflicted upon
cover
her
it.
head, neck, torso, upper and lower extremities. The Honolulu medical examiner said that Telma's cause of death was blunt force trauma and sharp force trauma to the head, and also that none of the injuries were inflicted after her death, meaning she sustained all of the injuries from all of these different weapons while she was still alive. The torture and pain that she must have experienced and fear knowing her daughter was right outside and that these animals could be inflicting this on her next has to haunt you when you think about it. It is horrific. The day after Telma was found, the North Shore community rallied together at a vigil. People that worked with Telma or knew her were grief-stricken and completely shell-shocked that something like this would even happen in their happy, beachy town. One friend even said she did everything she could to be with people. She would celebrate life. Kevin, Telma's husband, spoke at the vigil as well, and surprisingly said, "It's very hard for me to say this right now, but I forgive you. To the person who did this, I know this is an act of evil." So,
Put a
yes,
little more
evil,
chrome on this and
1000%,
cover
no
my
question
free
about it. So let's
edges
talk
that
about
I
these
just
evil ones here.
filed.
Who are these evil freaks? Well, Haley's former roommate, Ray, that's what he wanted to be called for this interview, so we're just going to call him Ray, told Hawaii News Now that the suspects were weird. That is his direct quote, weird. You know, I know, highly intelligent, this Ray guy. The article said that Haley was one of 10 tenants renting out a room in a house in Honolulu. She moved in around August, and that's when Ray met Stephen, who apparently went by the name Axel Hayes Hendricks. Okay? Axel Hayes Hendricks. No, your name is Stephen. I don't understand. I think he was trying to make up a cooler name, and so he went by Axel Hayes Hendricks. Like, guys, I'm embarrassed. I'm cringing for you, Stephen. I'm cringing for you. Ray told Hawaii News Now he was always weird. The first encounter we had with him, and he actually spray painted the dog and let it loose in the house. He would also write his name.
All right, we just gotta do the purple.
It would be small and subtle, and we wouldn't realize we were.
Hey, Brett.
Some of these places.
How are you?
It feels weird to say it, but you could see him doing something like that.
So it changed from being a bubble Manny to I think I'm just gonna do all chrome and then maybe stamp some hearts in black. Or maybe I won't stamp anything. I gotta do the purple chrome next, so let's do that one.
With a more clever word either, and a clever adjective. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's
Here
weird.
it
So
is.
sorry, Ray, for the shade earlier. It's weird. Now, Stephen also had a previous domestic charge on his
These are
record
like
from
glitter
The
chromes,
details around that are
so they're kind of
other than
sparkly.
He ended up dropping all of the charges. Now, I'm not 100% on all this, but from what I have gathered, Stephen was born in Ohio and grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida, with foster parents. Haley was from Bend, Oregon, and they only had been dating for a few months.
No white top coat.
Other than that, there's unfortunately not that much information on either one of them. There are some rumors on social media, but I wasn't able to verify anything that I
5
found.
seconds in the
Haley
lamp.
and Stephen were awaiting trial. Haley's attorney asked for her bail to be reduced from $500,000 to $100,000 so that she could live with her mother while she waited for the trial, and also requested a separate trial from Stephen since initially they were being charged together. In the motion her attorney filed, it stated that the defendant may pursue one or more of the following defenses: choice of evils, PTSD, and battered spouse defense. The prosecution told the judge that the address Haley provided to be released to doesn't even exist, and that she also has a history of being a runaway. So, was she really trying to go stay with her mom, or was she trying to flee? Kevin, Thelma's husband, also begged the judge to not reduce
All right,
the
I'm
bail,
definitely gonna put
saying,
more
"If
chroma on
Haley
this
murdered my
because
wife
there's a
with
bunch of
baseball
spots
bat,
that's
and she was
missing
simply
off
trying
of,
to work
especially
an
near the
extra job
top.
to help us go on a snowboarding
I mean,
trip.
I only
She
cured for
wasn't
5
helping
seconds.
her.
If it's
My
not
wife was a
sticking, it
determined
means it's curing for
education
too long,
student
right,
who had a
Tara?
passion for helping and working with kids. My
I mean,
daughter
how much less
constantly
am I
wakes up with
supposed to
nightmares.
cure?
She's scared. They tied her up, they duct taped her, and I think they're very dangerous people. They should never see freedom. The judge responded in a written decision stating this: the fact that she was
Get beautiful new floors right now with Luna's incredible 70% off sale. That's carpet, laminate, and even hardwood 70% off. You'll get professional installation and can be confident with Luna's
Alright, this is looking
exclusive Love
better.
Your Floors promise. Transform your home with an amazing 70% off carpet, laminate, and hardwood. Reserve your free in-home appointment at luna.com or call
877-241 Luna.
Yeah,
Are you
those
a
look good.
low-income American on food stamps or Medicaid? If so, you are now eligible
What do you guys
receive a
think?
free brand new smartphone with 25 gigabytes of free high-speed data, plus
No.
unlimited talk and text. Join over 5 million Americans on this new nationwide government program.
I gotta
There
top
are no
coat
credit
them.
checks, no shipping costs, and absolutely no monthly bills. Click on the Start Now button to begin the 2-minute enrollment process.
She was found with the victim's daughter's backpack on her back and Thelma's earrings on her ears, speaks to the callousness and indifference she felt towards this mother and child. Thus, this consideration weighs in favor of leaving defendant Danduran's bail undisturbed and declining her request for supervised release. Okay, I'm sorry, but we have to just kind of pause here for a second. She was
These turned
wearing
out
the
cute. I like them.
of this little girl that she tied up, duct taped, and put a bag on her head. And on top of that, she was also wearing Thelma's earrings, the woman she left for dead, next to a hammer, a meat tenderizer, knives, and a machete, with too many injuries all over her body to even count. And
Okay.
this sick excuse for a human took a moment after killing her to take her earrings
Just making
out,
sure there's no
cuff
gel
them in
on
her
me.
own ears, and decided to wear them. Then take this
Okay,
8-year-old
let's
girl's
cure.
backpack, throw it on her back, and cruise into Walmart. Are you
What are you doing,
kidding?
Britt?
Are
You're
you
off
kidding?
today, right? From
We
work?
talk about a lot of cases, and the majority of them are extremely disturbing and cruel. But seriously, this is beyond wicked and evil, in my opinion. Which, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this and what other cases come to mind where the perpetrator wore the victim's belongings right after, because I know there are a ton and there are a few that come to mind for me right now. So 2 years passed by and the trial for these suspects was pushed back. The defense was said that it needed more time to review evidence. Thelma's family says that they want justice for Thelma's murder and for the trauma that her daughter Makana
I'm
went
trying
through
to
and
decide
when
if I
it
want to
happened.
add any stamping or
Kevin,
whether I
Thelma's
just want to
dad,
leave it.
said it's not easy. I mean, I miss my wife all the time, every day, every hour, every minute. Yesterday was Mother's Day. My daughter didn't have a chance to wake up and give her mother flowers like we do every year. She actually made a Mother's Day card while at school, as a 4th grader with her class. She gave, I'm her mother and her father. I fear that my daughter might see this person again and re-scar all that she's been dealing with. You know my daughter is traumatized. She's scared of the dark. She wakes up throughout the night. I can hear her talking
I
in the
think I'm
night.
just gonna leave
She
them.
has nightmares.
Kind of think if there's anything I want to do.
Longer for justice, because a few more years passed by as the wheels of justice turned.
I think I'm just
extremely
gonna leave
slowly,
them.
and it was filled with countless continuances on both the state's part and the defense's part.
I think they look
Motions,
cute,
status
and
hearings, you name
the
it,
slide's been
everything
going
was
on
just
for a while.
delayed. The state was finally ready for
Holy
trial
crap.
in April 2022.
It's almost one.
almost
Yeah, it's
5
been going
years
on for a
after
while.
the horrific murder. But this still wasn't enough time for the defense. and the trial got pushed back all the way until just this past month in January of 2023.
I'm just cleaning
Took her
the
out of the
chrome
truck,
off of my
and as he did so, said, "We killed your mom." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Okay.
this is a murder case.
Opening statements were heard today in the murder of 51-year-old Telma Boinville. She was killed in cold blood on December 7th of 2017 in a home on Oahu's North Shore that she had been hired to clean.
Doing lots of cleaning today.
Now back in the public eye, new and gruesome details of the burglary turned fatal. Stephen Brown and girlfriend at the time, Haley Danduran, were
Trying to decide if there's
51-year-old
anything I
Telma
want to
Boinville
add.
and tying up her 8-year-old daughter in a Pupucam vacation home.
Why don't you go ahead and explain to us what you remember seeing?
Okay, I saw a body lying on its stomach, hands and
Have
feet
these
were tied
hearts.
behind the back, and I saw blood.
Her head, face, shoulders, torso, arms, hands were strewn with blunt force.
What if I put one of these little hearts at the top of each nail, up at the cuticle? Or should I just leave it? Let me know.
Blood he would indicate authorities found extensively on both Brown and Danduran.
Although I already top coated, huh? Yeah, I already top coated. Let's just leave them.
We're trying to cover his hands with paper and tape. If you're not going to help me, I'm going to help him myself as he began to lick the blood from his hands.
Jurors were then walked through pictures of the crime scene, state-collected evidence, and prosecuting witness testimony.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy.
Yep, freeways.
Only pay for what you need.
This is my walk in the rain cuticle oil from Dip With Me.
This is the Patron.
Don't forget my code TARA15.
Food lunch shopping bag. Result was I recovered the latent fingerprint that I submitted.
Forensic evidence and anecdotes from the scene justified by defending attorney William Bagasol as unreflective to the state, intentions, and actions.
My nail room mani. This will probably be coming off later. I might do another mani later on. It's supposed to rain, so I doubt we'll be doing much.
That is not what he actually intended. That's not what he actually did.
The defense stated it was Brown's counterpart, Haley Danduran, who have acted out the murder. The two are being tried separately, with Danduran's trial expected to begin this summer.
Purple sleeve? I say purple sleeve.
He didn't deserve that. We didn't deserve that. We're a good family.
Officer Aaron Evelyn testified that he walked into the home 5 years ago and found Telma Boinville unresponsive in a pool of blood. Evelyn also told the jury he went upstairs and found the victim's then 8-year-old daughter.
Yep, we'll use that, right?
Her mouth was covered. Makana is now a teenager. Her father gave us permission.
Maybe
to
my
just how much
butterfly
he was
ring
wrong
today.
while the family awaits justice for Telma's murder. On Tuesday
That you,
afternoon,
D?
Deputy Prosecutor Scott Bell called to the stand the officers who arrested suspects.
Why is it beeping?
Hours after the victim's body was found.
So Mel appeared a little bit of
Alright.
agitated that I was there. He took like a step back.
See if I can put this one
His
on
right hand,
too.
He actually lifted up the front half of his sweater. I could see what he had was like a folded pocket knife. We're trying to handcuff him, but he's fighting with us. So we're telling
See
him,
this
"Stop
one
this.
though, when you put it
You can do
upside
this, you should've shot
down.
me, you should've killed me."
An action-packed day
That's
3.
alright, I'll do
Defending
it
attorney
anyway.
William Bagasol calling for a mistrial.
Yeah, I
early
think
in
I'll
the
use my
referring to
two
emotion in the
butterfly
courtroom
rings
Tuesday
today.
as
These ones, I
unprofessional
like
and
them.
negative influence on the jury.
Alright, this is my finished mani, ladies. I used Phantom Cherry Parfait Carnival costume from Crival Nail. Tower 15 is my code. I used Sundays from Color My World. My code's Tower 10. And then I used Blew Me Away from Lexi Now. And my code is Tower 15. And then these crow pigments I got like years ago off of Amazon. But they're super cool because they're sparkly. They're not a mirror chrome. I've never seen a chrome like this. It's the only kind of chrome I have like it. So I do like the mani. even though it's not how I intended it to be. Thank you guys for being here with me. I will see you back all tomorrow for Tuesday Manny's. Tara, you want a twin rebel tomorrow? We'll talk. Have a good day, guys.
Frances Hill
Bye.
said she also saw Boinville's daughter, Mokana, tied and gagged but alive upstairs, and later found Boinville